Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Looks like we got a couple people already here in the chat. So shout out to Comics Talk Weekly, who brought the Twizzlers hot from the oven. I don't know if I want my Twizzlers from the oven. And then his alter ego, Phil, CTW. And Wesley's Comic Collection, Neighbor to the North, Lewis popping in to say hi, Claiming Comics. So thank you guys for being here. This is probably going to be a shorter Final Order Cutoff today, because if you go to Lunar, we talked about this last week, there is, of course, nothing this week. The last FOC was 5/27. So, hey, look who it is. Trish is in the chat. How are you doing, Trish? So Lunar, so DC Scout Books, they had the cutoff 5/27 because of the holiday weekend for Memorial Day. So they do not have a cutoff this week. The next one is a week from today. So we will hop into Image Comics over with previews. So to kick it off, we have Ascender number 16 from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. This was the follow-up series to Descender, and I have not been reading this one. It's one of those ones that I hear really good things about, just like the one after this, Bitterroot. We're on to the second volume here. I think that started with issue 11. So, part 4 here of Legacy. Of course, there's always these cover Bs that homage something. I don't know what this one is homaging here, though. I am doing well also, Trish. Thank you. Okay, so no love for DC in the chat right now. Yeah, it's makes it a little bit easier to look through everything when you don't have to look at two publishers there, but potentially there'll still be stuff from Scout in the previews catalog, so we'll see what happens when we get to that section. A series that I've been really enjoying, Homesick Pilots, is on to issue number 6, starting a new story arc for Homesick Pilots. They even have some preview pages of the new story arc. I like to think of this as like what's the Monster House, but like a punk version, and then things go even crazier with ghosts. There's also a Lotte cover B here, which is pretty phenomenal, showing a ghost. It really is. It really is mostly DC. So, I mean, DC is mostly Batman. I read the Batman main storyline, and I've picked up the Joker story, but really only reading the Punchline backstory of that, and that's my DC pickups usually. So I'm happy to not talk about DC because I don't know DC super well. But yeah, this is a cool cover by Tulo Lotte. Jules Verne Lighthouse is on issue number 3 of 5 on this cutoff here. I've heard some good things about this one. Space story is always a good time. So yeah, I have not been reading this one also, but I know several people that are really enjoying it. David Hine, Brian Haberlin doing the writing on this one. 3 different covers to choose from. So as always, you can pick your favorite and go from there. Yeah, I am very excited to see Homesick Pilots get to go on for more arcs. Another story that would be cool to see more of, but I know the story will wrap up. So won't get more story arcs from that. But yeah, Philadelphia number 14 on Cutoff this time. I know Azores Tiger's been big on Philadelphia. I've heard really great things about it. This is part 2 of this story arc. Home is where the hatred is. And they always have great covers for Philadelphia. Look at this. Jonathan Wayshak on the art on this one. That is absolutely phenomenal. Manifest Destiny, which is getting near the end of its storyline or story altogether, and actually says as her journey nears its end, Sacagawea is reunited with her people. I thought that was going towards 45 or 50. I can't remember though. There's a Pride Month variant by Matthew Roberts is the interior art. Who did the? Don't know who did this one. They did not put the cover artist on here. And shout out Sith Lordly, who's in the chat. Let's see what we got here. We've got Old Guard, Tales Through Time. So this is, of course, the kind of follow up to the Old Guard with several different stories being written by a couple different writers in here. Superstar Powers team of Brian Michael Bendis, Michael Avon Omeg, and Taki Soma take on the Immortals. So they are on writing and art detail for this story. And then Dave Walker, Robert McKenzie, and Justin Greenwood take on another story in this. So 2 different stories by 2 different fantastic teams. So yeah, previews messes up all the time with who's actually. So we see Bendis, Omeg, Soma, others, because they got the first story. What they put up here is just, I think that was who might have done the first issue or maybe the second issue. Previews messes stuff up all the time. And then we have a cover B here. This is Omeg on the cover for this one, Omeg and Soma. And then this one here from Fernandez in the style like the cover A. And then Radiant Black number 3 is getting a 3rd printing. And this is kind of that style that we've seen them do on a couple other reprints. So this is definitely a series of covers that they're going to keep doing. Again, collectability versus all that stuff with holding them for investment, all that stuff may be worth it. But story-wise, this is a great story. I've loved it. So if you've missed your chance to pick up the 1st or 2nd printing of Radiant Black, I highly recommend picking this up to be able to continue reading. This is issue number 3. Sea of Stars, which was one I was reading in the past. I read the first story arc. 2nd story arc is ending here with issue number 10. Jason Aaron on the writing. It was a great story. I was reading a lot, and so I did not pick up the 2nd story arc for this one. And then we've got Shadecraft, an excellent story. This one is the 2nd printing of issue number 3. It's kind of a design variant type of thing you feel going on here by Lee Garbett. Honestly, I love this story so much. I've been picking up all the reprints for it as well, just because it's one of those stories that I absolutely want to collect the whole thing. Issue number 4 is also on the Final Order Cutoff this week. And the way that issue number 3 ended, I'm very excited to see where that takes the story and what could happen next. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't gotten to read the end of issue number 3, but it definitely puts into question what we thought we knew was going on with the Shadows, and can take this in a whole new direction. What's up, Entropy and Comics? Welcome in. Getting the whole set signed by the creator. Awesome. That is really cool. Are you meeting him at a con, or are you mailing it to him? And then there is a cover B here by Jamie McKelvey, which is making Shadow Dragons. So that's pretty cool. And then the big reveal here for Image, of course, Spawn's Universe here. So this is one of the 4 new Spawn titles that are coming out of Image. Todd McFarlane will be writing this one. We have a cover A by J. Scott Campbell. We have interior arts by Jim Chung, Todd McFarlane, Steven Segovia, and Marcio Takara. This is a new Spawn title, Gunslinger Spawn Monthly, and a new team book bringing a handful of these characters together in their own book. This is a one-shot, The World of Spawn Changing Forever. And these are this is the people bringing forth the new world here. We have a cover B with Gunslinger Spawn by J. Scott Campbell as well. We have a cover C by Campbell, which the art has not been revealed, and a cover D by Campbell, which has not been revealed yet. And a cover E by Todd McFarlane. It just keeps going because then we have a cover F by Todd McFarlane, which has not been revealed yet. Let's see real quick. Does not look like there are ratios, but I could be wrong there. Let me do something real quick. League of Comic Geeks. Spawn's Universe. I would not be surprised to see that there are store variants for this. Here we go. There is a 1 in 50 sketch variant of the Todd McFarlane cover. And that looks like it. There's a black and white variant, I think, of this cover here. Yeah. So we get the colored version, we get the black and white, and then we get the sketch on that one. Oh, sweet. So that means he's somewhat local. Awesome. Welcome in, Louis Logics. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. They've been doing that with all of these. Doing a 1 in 10 that's black and white, but it's not. Sometimes the trick, finding them on there, does not work. Radiant Black number 3. I don't even see the regular third printing for Radiant Black 3. There it is. Yeah, they don't have it on here either, but that makes sense. They did that thing right here with the 1 in 10 and here. So why would they not do that with the third printing as well for number 3? But look at this. I don't know if Trish is still in here, but Stray Dogs number 1, third printing right here. Look at this. Beautiful cover by Trish. And we've got a Scream homage on this third printing. So this is one not to miss because the story is amazing. It is a heart-wrenching story, a very emotional story, but it is a very good story that Trish and Tony have put together. And if you've missed the first print and the second print, pick up the third print. You're not going to regret reading this story. There she is. Hi, Trish. Absolutely great opportunity here to be able to start the story and read it. Just be prepared to have your heart just ripped from your body, and hug your pets afterwards. We have a second printing of issue number 4 also, which just another cover like the one for number 3. That was the second print. Makes me a little sad. And then issue number 5, the last issue of the miniseries. I love this cover. I hope this is what happens in the story. We get some dog attacking human action going on. And a a homage here to Friday the 13th, I believe. So another great horror movie homage. I'm hoping we get to see some more, like we got the Scream one thrown in here too. I love this. I love that we're getting these homage covers going on, and you guys have absolutely killed it with this this story. Awesome. Looking forward to it. I'm trying to collect them all. I haven't gotten. There's the store. There was a store exclusive for another horror movie recently that I have not looked at getting yet, but definitely loving this. Following that, we've got Summoner's War Legacy number 3. This was based off of a app game, and they turned it into a comic story here. Undiscovered Country is on issue number 13, starting a new story arc. Charles Soule, Scott Snyder doing the writing. We've got Leonardo Grassi, Matt Wilson on art, and Giuseppe Camunica. I can't ever say some of these names. Yeah, doing the cover art here. And then another cover here, Uncle Sam style cover. Awesome there. I don't know if I saw the It one. It was a recent one. It was I'm blanking on the movie name right now. It was I think it was for issue, might have been for issue 4. I know I missed the It. Actually, I think I remember seeing the It one, but I missed that one. I'm not sure. I'm blanking right now. We've got a new story here, Vinyl number 1 of 6. These are the creators of Plastic, Doug Wagner, Daniel Hilliard, returning with Eisner Award winner Dave Stewart for an unsettling tale of psychopaths, sweet love, and a serial killer named Walter. When Walter's best friend, the FBI agent charged with his capture, is kidnapped by a death cult of all-female sunflower farmers, Walter finds himself deep within an underground labyrinth filled with secrets and monsters. But are there monsters more horrific than his? I already added this one to my pull list. There's a variant cover here with a teddy bear head. The Shining. That was the one. Yes. That one. That one looks pretty cool. Vinyl definitely looks like a crazy story for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so another kind of crazy story here. Definitely looking forward to reading this one. I saw the preview pages in something that came out this last week, which are these pages here. This looks absolutely insane. And then, of course, there he is. I think that's probably the FBI agent friend. Hey, Caroline. Welcome. Pastime Comics has the Shining cover. All right, I got to go to Pastime Comics after this and get myself a copy. All right. Well, I was going to see also if this, I think this has ratios. Oh, plastic trade paperback. Let me do this. I know there are some store variants for vinyl. All right, let's see. None of these say ratio, so I'm assuming these are store variants here with the skull. I know this is a store variant. I saw that one get posted. Awesome. Sweet. So move on from Image down into Dark Horse Comics, where we've got some Black Hammer, a new Black Hammer story, Black Hammer Reborn. Of course, Jeff Lemire on the writing, Caitlin Yarsky on the art. 20. So picking up 20 years later, in the Black Hammer universe, and a cover B by Jeff Lemire. What else we got here? We've got Imogen of Weirding Way, cover A here by Peter Berting. Of course, this is Mike Mignola. Tales from the Outerverse, linked in with his Outerverse titles. He's got a couple different worlds that he has created. Of course, we've got the Lady Baltimore stuff. We've got Hellboy. We've got the Outerverse. So cover B here, also by Peter Berting. And speaking of Lady Baltimore Witch Queens is on issue number 4 of 5. All of these are going to be coming out, like that showed, mid-June, late June, so June 23rd, with the cutoffs being tomorrow for everything in the previews catalog. House on the Lake is amazing. How do you already have that? It doesn't come out till Tuesday, right? Yeah, I know you've been all on the Lady Baltimore and Kojakuru Killer. So definitely good to hear that those are good books to read. All right, so we're moving into IDW. We've got some Sonic the Hedgehog here, some facsimile Star Trek, Debt of Honor. We've got Star Wars Adventures, number 5, Tale of Villainy, Padme and Anakin. We have a cover B here by Ethan Beavers. And Star Wars Adventures, Weapon of a Jedi, number 2 of 2. Issue number 1 just came out this last week. And there's issue number 2. That'll be coming out June 23rd. Moving on, we've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ongoing here with issue number 118. Sophie Campbell still doing the writing on this. Nelson Daniel on the art. And a cover B by Eastman, which we never know what the art looks like until right before release. And a 1 in 10 by Carl Johnson, which we don't know what the art's going to look like. We've got Transformers, number 31, Lord of Misrule, Test Flight 1. So new story arc, it sounds like here. With a cover B here by Chris Panda. And knowing IDW, we have a 1 in 10. 1 in 10 by George Kaltsaudas. That is a cool cover there. And following that, we got some more Transformers. Transformers Beast Wars, number 5. Josh Burcham on the art and cover art for this one. With a cover B here by Dan Schoening. And we should have a 1 in 10 by Alex Milne. That is definitely a beastly cover there. All right, like I said, DC with Lunar, all of that passed already, so we'll keep moving here. Oh, dang. Nice. Got all those connections. So let's look at the Marvel Comics here. We start out with Amazing Spider-Man number 69. Nick Spencer is still on here. Mark Bagley on the cover art here. We got a different artist on the interiors, though. I thought Gleason was on the interiors. Must have switched recently. So we've got the Chameleon Conspiracy as the main story arc now. We have a Spider-Man villains variant with Electro on the cover by Gerald Perel. We have a Avengers vs. X-Men trade paperback. And then we have Captain Marvel on to issue number 29. Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange are getting a little close, it seems like. I think that happened a couple issues ago that was starting to become a thing. All right, there's nothing there. It looks like for ratios. And then there is a Vulture Spider-Man villain cover here. What's everybody looking for on the Final Order Cutoff this week? What's going on? Bricks, welcome in. As far as the rest of the stuff we got going on with Marvel, Fantastic Four life story. So the same kind of idea we had going for Spider-Man life story with the different eras. This one set in the 70s. I would not be surprised if there was more coverage for this. There we go. Here's a ratio 70s variant here by Aiko. Probably is it. Yeah. Moving on, we got a new series here, a mini series called Gamma Flight. So it's some of our Alpha Flight people that have been in the Immortal Hulk storyline, gamma-powered allies of the Hulk going on the run. They were supposed to stop him, but they sided with him, and now people are going after them for doing that. So since Al Ewing's been writing the Immortal Hulk, Al Ewing is writing this story as well. There's a Stormbreaker variant here by Joshua Cassara. It's a pretty cool cover. Shout out to Bricks, the Iron Geek, for hopping in. Yeah, Nonstop Spider-Man is supposed to have that action, which is good that it's delivering on that. I've heard it's been better than the main storyline for some people. And we've got a Carlos Pacheco connecting variant here as well for this. Following that, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy number 15. Guardians taking on Sword. Including taking on Magneto. So this might be an interesting showdown here. This is part of a connecting cover. I believe it was 3 covers that they were going to have connecting with everyone that's really involved with the Guardians right now, including Dr. Doom joining them in, I think, the last issue. We also have a Pride Month variant here from Phil Jimenez for Moondragon there. And then I'm betting there's a ratio because that's what they've been doing with the Pride ones. The Virgin cover there. Yeah, Guardians. When I was reading it, Guardians was good. I paused on it just because I was reading a lot. Zdarsky got the okay to continue more What If style series with his life stories. Okay. Yeah, so that's interesting because they did the Spider-Man one. It was kind of a one-off thing, it seemed like, but now they've brought in the Fantastic Four to do that, so they'll keep it going with some other stories soon, I'm sure. There's also a 30th Anniversary of Deadpool Liefeld variant here. And I guess this is a big issue because we got a lot of random variants. Spider-Man Villains variant here. And then Heroes Reborn, I think we had issue 7 last week. So here is Heroes Return, #1. An epic, oversized slugfest between the Squadron Supreme and otherworldly groups of Avengers for the final fate of the whacked-out world of Heroes Reborn. Looks like we got a Starbrand, Captain America, Thor, Blade, Black Panther. What's going on? Tapia's Family Unlimited Comics. Welcome in. We have, for that Heroes Return, a Bagley connecting trading card variant. And we've got an action figure variant here for Ronin, but T'Challa as Ronin by John Tyler Christopher. A Gleason Stormbreakers variant here. That's a pretty cool cover. No Doomsday Cult yet. Don't worry, give them time. They'll show up. How many of them were in here last week? Like 10? It was like crazy number of people. King in Black, Gwenom versus Carnage is getting a trade paperback. Same with the King in Black Thunderbolt storyline and Loki. And here is probably the big one for Marvel this week. Marvel Voices Pride. We've got stories by a lot of different people, including Kieran Gillen, and art by a lot of people as well. Of course, it's a one-shot here looking at characters such as Wiccan and Hulkling, Iceman, Mystique and Destiny, Karma, Akihiro, Nico, Carolina, all of these characters and more. We've got a lot of different covers, so kind of take your pick. Chris Anka on the cover there. We've got kind of like a selfie variant here by Oliver Quipple. We've got this one here with that new Captain America there by Paulina Ganeshu. Oh geez, whose channel were they hanging out on last night? Was that on the Spine Ticks? I passed out early last night. Marvel Voices Pride has a cover here with America Chavez by Phil Jimenez. That one probably then has a ratio variant that is a Virgin cover without the background as well. And they got another version of that here with, of course, Hulkling and Wiccan, which I'm going to bet also has a Virgin cover of it as well. And it looks like these maybe, if you get all of them, maybe they connect. I'm not sure. That would be interesting. Well, no, it doesn't look like it. Same background there. There also is a Hernanda Souza variant here. All of the covers on this are just phenomenal. We've got a Varege variant right there. And that is all it's showing there. Let's see if I can find any other ratios in here. Okay. Now that's a cool cover. I don't know who that is. But the frame variant, bringing those back, of course. That looks like a ratio variant. Whirlpool, we've seen just a straight up, almost like a blank cover, but a rainbow cover. That's going to be a ratio also. And there might be more. These look like store variants here. Yeah, it might be all the ratios and everything. This Daughterman one, I'm not sure. That might be a store variant. But yeah, there's a lot of great covers for this. So kind of pick your cover here. Iceman gets no love from Marvel. Yeah, he didn't get a cover at all. What's going on? Black Crown Comics, welcome in. Thank you, Bricks, for bringing him here. I appreciate that. We're about halfway through Marvel, and then we'll be moving on to the rest of the previews catalog. Reptile number 2 of 4. I did not pick this up this week. I don't really know too much about the character, but this last week, issue number 1 came out for this. It's an interesting sounding character, though. We also have a Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man collection here in trade paperback, book number 1. Some masterworks, it looks like here. And then Reptile has a issue number 2 variant by Humberto Ramos. And then a design variant here. So that's probably a 1 in 10, 1 in 25. So we'll move on from Reptile on to Silk, number 4 of 5. I have really been enjoying reading Silk. We've got an interview with an evil cyborg. They trying to tell her information, I guess, about their Silvermane's daughter, and it's Silvermane in the cyborg suit, and we keep fighting this demon cat, Kasha. I've been enjoying this. I hope we see more Silk after this series ends, but I feel like the good way to bring Silk in is to do these little mini series with her to keep the interest up and the people wanting Silk to come back, because I think when they did the ongoing with her, people lost interest. But I love reading about Silk, and this cover here is just phenomenal by Jenny Frison. This is like probably the cover for Marvel, the cover of the week. Don't miss this one. Yeah, right there. Frison just makes all art look amazing. So don't miss that one. And there's been a 1 in 25 on all of these. So that's not the 1 in 25. Here is a another cover here. This is a Spider-Man variant. Actually, so I guess that Frison is the 1 in 25, yeah? Let's that's this one. They're just calling it the Frison variant. Look for Frison. Yep, okay. That is the 1 in 25 variant. So try to find it for a good price, just because people see Jenny Frison, they see ratio, and they say, how much can we overcharge for that? Yeah, bribe your LCS, get them to get it for you for a good price plus the bribe. Yeah, Silk absolutely has been this is one of the best Marvel things I think out right now. But I'm not reading a lot of Marvel. Strange Academy is number 1 from Marvel for me, but Silk's probably right behind that right now. Yeah, they're definitely keep trying out different things to see if they can get a good start to build up her rogues gallery, right? So we'll see if they can get that going. It is the 1 in 25 from what I just saw online. People are selling it as the 1 in 25. So Yeah, yeah. So if you can find it for like that price I saw, 45, that's not bad. I gotta see if my shop's gonna order that or not, and if not, then I might have to find one of those. Let's keep moving here. We've got Darth Vader number 13. JJ Kirby doing the cover here. It's the Pride variant for it. We have a Sprouse Lucasfilms 50th anniversary cover here, Empire Strikes Back. And we have the cover A here with Darth Vader fighting, it says Dark Droid, but they're trying to, we got the War of the Bounty Hunters going on. So we got bounty hunters fighting over Han Solo. We have a Star Wars Darth Vader by Sewell omnibus hardcover here for 100 with or a Diodato variant cover there. They're republishing the Strange Academy or putting it into previews. Strange Academy first volume here. Trade paperback is really cool. It's a smaller trade paperback, but it looks like almost like a spell book. So it's pretty cool. And then moving on, we have Sword number 6. Here is the cover A. This is part of the gala event. I don't know if so. It looks like though Sword is in the Guardians of the Galaxy story. Guardians of the Galaxy are not in the Sword story because they're more focused on the gala. We have a Dodderman connecting variant here. These covers are phenomenal. This one of Storm here. That is then followed by this character design variant with Frenzy, Manifold, Korra, WizKid, and Magneto on it. And Magneto's looking pretty dapper there. And then let's take a look at the 1 in 50 Dodderman design variant. It has Captain Britain on the cover here. This is the 1 in 50 variant. One of the best Marvel series isn't saying much. Yeah, that's fair. I only read a handful of Marvel right now. My pool list for Marvel is Daredevil, Silk, Champions, Strange Academy, and Venom, but Venom's ending here with whenever they actually finally put Venom out. If it doesn't continue to get delayed. So yeah, small Marvel pool list. Way of X is on issue number 3, of course, tying into the gala here. We get a sexy saxophone solo. Okay, I will take a sexy saxophone solo. We have the Russell Dodderman connecting variant with Nightcrawler on it. We have another design variant here. This one with Dazzler, Pixie, Nightcrawler, Mercury, and Loa. It's pretty cool costume designs for all of these characters, especially Dazzler and Nightcrawler. Only 2 on your pool. The other 10 are indie. Yeah. The other 2 million are indie for me. Not quite that many, but a lot. I mean, I love certain stories from almost every publisher, but it's for me, it's all about the story, and then sometimes it's about the character. For the established characters like from Marvel and DC, but mostly it's about the story. So if you give me a good story, I will read it. Absolutely. So let's take a look at the 1 in 50. Let's see, 9, be the 9.5 here. Yep. So the 1 in 50 Russell Dodderman design variant is Emma Frost here. I thought there was another Emma Frost one which looked cooler than this one does. Look different, at least. This is her in like her crystal form. And then we have this one here, Web of Spider-Man, spelled W-E-B, standing for something else, not just straight up Web of Spider-Man like we're used to. Issue number 2 of 5. Spider-Man and his friends at the Worldwide Engineering Brigade. That is what Web stands for. Are always trying to help people, and now, thanks to his newfound friends at Spider-Man's getting the chance to take his great power and great responsibility across the globe. Wherever he goes, trouble follows. So, typical Spider-Man. We've got Alberto Jimenez Albuquerque variant here. Let's see if we have any ratios that we'll find, and we do not. Let's see what else we got, though. We got Wolverine on issue number 13. Once you go indie, you don't go back. This is very true. I started out as mostly Marvel, occasional DC, and just over the last couple years, slowly but surely, I went more and more indie and started cutting back on Marvel here and there, and now it's all indie and just a tiny bit of Marvel. Most weeks I don't have a Marvel book that I'm picking up. But yeah, we have a Spider-Man's villains variant for Wolverine here, and a Dodderman connecting Gala variant here. Of course, we can see that that's Nightcrawler right next door there. We've got Wolverine X-23 on the cover here. And then we have the cover A. Wolverine's looking like he's going to beat up Deadpool here. We have a Jimenez Pride Month variant here with Dakin on the cover. And let's see, so that's 8, 7, 8, 9. So there's going to be an 8, 8. This one should be our, got a Simone Bianchi variant in here, which looks really cool. Wolverine beating up a Sentinel, taking a Sentinel head. That's got to be a 1 in 25 then. 8, 9, that's that one. 9-0. There is our 1 in 50 ratio variant. Kate Pryde, her costume looks phenomenal as well. All of these costume designs they've got going on for the gala have been really cool to see. This should be then our ratio variant version of the Pride Month variant there. I don't know if those are 1 in 25s or 1 in 50s. It might be a 1 in 50. And then we got X-Men Legends number 4. Of course, this looks at a like 90s X-Men team here and some stories that maybe weren't told before. We've got a couple covers for that. A action figure variant with Jean Grey and a Deadpool 30th anniversary variant with Wolverine and Deadpool here. Which definitely does kind of have that 90s vibe coming from it. All right. That wraps up Marvel. Let's see what else. Louis says he's reading Shadecraft, Eve, Geiger, Spawn, Silver City. Looking forward to Vinyl, Mother of Madness. All of those are excellent. I don't read Spawn just because I feel like for me that was like 300 issues to go back and read. But yeah, another one I'd recommend, and whose artist was in the chat earlier, Stray Dogs. Even if you wait till the trade paperback, definitely a great story, a very emotional story. Something's Killing Children, Department of Truth. Highly recommend picking up the trade paperbacks. I've been going back and reading some indie stories that I missed in trade paperback form because it's all about reading the stories. Saga's one of the ones I'd recommend going back and reading. in trade paperback, or there's an omnibus that has all 54 issues of it. Once you start going into exploring these different stories, you'll kind of pick up on what ones you really like, and you'll be able to go from there. Neighbor of the North's been reading since issue 1 on both of them. Same here. As you can tell, I really like it. Awesome. Yeah, definitely do that. So Dynamite, this section, I'm not a Red Sonja or Vampirella fan, so for me, this section doesn't have a whole lot of interest for what I'm looking for to read. But there's always a lot of covers for these books, and so if you are a fan, you really get your pick of like what cover you want. And look at this, we have Jay Lee doing a cover here. So you Jay Lee fans out there, this is a good one for you. And then Vengeance of Vampirella. And it's a pretty light Dynamite week this week. Only 2 books. Lots of covers, though. Boom Studios is also having a pretty light week on Final Order Cutoff. We have a hardcover for Volume 1 of Dune, House Atreides. We have Firefly issue number 30 with a cover by Bengal. We have a cover B here by W. Scott Forbes. It looks like River on the cover. Many Deaths of Layla Starr issue number 2 is getting a second printing by Janoy Lindsay. Let's see what you guys are saying. You're glad the hat is back. It's on sometimes, it's off sometimes. It just depends. Depends on how I'm feeling like. 6 sidekicks of Trigger. See, I looked at that one and that didn't interest me. But everyone, like I say, collect what you love. Everyone loves a different kind of story. So I'm happy for the people finding those stories that they like. Basilisk is definitely one that I'm really looking forward to from Colin Bunn doing the writing from Boom Studios. Is No Hat Sparks variant more rare? I don't know. Nowadays, I feel like No Hat Sparks is more common. Definitely, if you can pick up Layla Starr, because it is a very good story. We're only on issue 2 right now, and I'm really enjoying it. There's a 3rd print of issue number 1 already out, a 2nd print of issue number 2 coming. I think issue number 3 should be out either sometime in the next 2 weeks. And then we've got Power Rangers issue number 8. Right here, of course, we're going back and forth between Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin. If you look on our cover B, we have the legacy numbering here, issue number 71. On cover C, we get a blank sketch variant, and then we move into our ratios, which will be a virgin version of cover A for the 1 in 10, a virgin version of the cover B for a 1 in 15 here, and then who's doing these ones now? Goni Montez is doing the 1 in 25s now, and so then you see that as a trade dress there, and a virgin copy for the 1 in 50 for Power Rangers. So lots of covers for Power Rangers, really 3 distinct covers with trade and virgin options on all of them. So collect what you love from that. Absolutely. Get your LCS on the line. Tell them you want Layla Starr. Proctor Valley Road. Issue number 3 is getting a 2nd print. I don't even know if issue number 2 got a 2nd print. Maybe it did. But this is a black and white version of cover A for issue number 3. I'm probably going to pass on that. I've been getting a lot of the covers for Proctor Valley Road, but I think I'm going to stay away from reprints on it for now. Let's see, just in case, if there is a doesn't look like there's a ratio on the reprint, so that's good. And now we head into the smaller publisher section here, comics and graphic novels. One that I've really been enjoying, The Bequest from Aftershock Comics. This is issue number 4. Tim Seeley on the story, Freddie Williams II on the art. This is a mashup of D&D and the real world, and it's been a really fun story to read. Blue Flame number 2. I've gotten to read this one already, and it's it stays as good as issue number 1. So if you liked issue 1, keep on reading Blue Flame. FOC is the time to make sure that you get your books, right? I think this is going to be a big series for Vault. We've got a superhero in space. We've got a vigilante on Earth, the regular man behind the Blue Flame, Sam Brossom, who is currently in a coma after being a victim of a shooting. Lot going on in this story. So I would say don't miss this, because this is going to be good. Yoshi Yoshitani, who does the cover C's for Witchblood, is doing a cover B here for the Blue Flame. Doesn't look like there's any ratios on it. And that tends to be the case. Vault will do ratios for issue number 1, but not beyond that. And I like that they keep things simple there in terms of kind of collecting things. We have a omnibus for Breaker from Ablaze here. Looks like Ablaze doing manga. Carmine trade paperback volume 1 from Action Lab. Chariot from AWA Upshot. Artists, writers, and artisans. Jeff DeCall on the cover art here. So you Jeff DeCall fans, this is a cover to watch for. Probably a lower print cover here, because it is a smaller studio here. I don't know why this is in here. So I guess Dynamic Forces is doing a CGC offering for Department of Truth, minimum grade of a 9.6 for $90. So I don't know how those work through the ordering, but that is an option. And if you were paying attention recently, Titan Comics had Extraordinary number 0 come out. Here is number 1 for that series. 0 is almost like a intro to all of this, a gap between something else and this. So this is expanding deeper into the world of the villain's novels. After surviving a deadly crash, Charlotte Tills becomes extraordinary, gaining the ability to foresee a person's death, but when she looks into her own future, only the face of notorious EO killer Eli Ever stares back. The issue number 0 was a $1 offering. These will be, of course, regular priced books. But we've got a cover B here. There's more information about that. Yeah, the Dynamic Forces things. I've heard that it's not a good idea. Take up to a year receive, and you likely are getting that 9.6. It's guaranteed at least 9.6, so that means they're probably sending you the 9.6. And welcome in, Lou. Appreciate you hopping in here. And Rudy, what's going on, Rudy? V.E. Schwab's Extraordinary also has a cover C here by Baltimore Rivas, and a cover D by Linka Simakova. I don't know if Titan ever does ratio covers. Does not look like it. But we do have an FOC variant, which is a black and white cover here. And Giga. Finally, we're getting Giga number 4. It seems like we have long breaks between these issues. I've really been enjoying this series, so I'm glad to see Giga number 4 showing up on Final Order Cutoff, so I can read that in June. And yeah, Aiko's finally reunited with Evan, revealing a secret that's going to shake the city to its foundation. It's a cool giant robot kind of story where kind of what happens after they these sentient giant robots kind of just settle in, and now they've essentially provided shelter for the people of the world. So what kind of happens after that is what we're looking at with this story. It's oh Jesus. So they encased it backwards too. Dynamic forces for the loss. Yeah, definitely too long since the last one. This is Lou. This is why you've been not on the show, right? You've been trying not to order too much. Yeah, John Lay actually, I think when issue number 1 of Giga came out, did a signing at Sith Lordly's local comic shop, and what was that? The Spine Ticks 250 giveaway that you gave that out on, Sith? It's feels like a lifetime ago. It's been quite a while. Jonna in the Unpossible Monsters is on issue number 4. This one from Oni Press. Chris Samney, Laura Samney on this story. And Chris Samney, of course, is also the artist on Firepower. So it's pretty cool. Younger targeted story, but I've been hearing some good things about it. Not one I'm personally reading because I can't read them all as much as I try. Oh, what? Well, you tried. You tried to give it away. Maria Lovet's Arrow Psyche is on issue number 4 here from Ablaze. And let's see what we got as our covers here. Paulina Ganeshu on that cover. We got a cover B here by Maria Lovett. And here is our homage cover. All right, what is Sabine Rich? This is a DC book, I'm pretty sure. What are we homaging here? I am actually not getting it. Let's see. If anybody in the chat knows what we're homaging here, because each book has been every time Sabine Rich has done a cover for Arrow Psyche, it's been an homage to something. We had Harry Potter movie homage. We had a homage to wow, now I'm blanking. I don't know. We've had homages on each of them. But yeah, that's the one for this one. Let's see what else we got. We have the last issue, maybe not, of Nuclear Family number 5 from Aftershock. Another great story. Stephanie Phillips on the writing for this one. Thrust into an alternate reality where the Cold War turned hot and nuclear fire rained down on America, the McLean family is faced with the future replete with nuclear experimentation and deadly political machinations. Even if they can make it back to their own timeline, is there a way to avoid their future that is awaiting them? This has been such a cool story. I can't wait to see how they wrap up the story and bring them back to their time. It'll definitely be interesting to see how they do it. Pulp Fiction, thank you. That was one of them, and the what was it? The Breakfast Club, I think, was the other one. I'm not sure what this is. Those were all movies, so I'd assume maybe then this should be a movie homage, but it's not coming to me right away. Let's see. So after that, we've got some hardcovers here, and another Aftershock book, Phantom on the Scan, number 3. Whew. If you guys aren't reading this one, issue number 2 took such a good turn into the action and the horror of this story. Colin Bunn is just a writing masterpiece, writing a masterpiece with all of his books recently. And Mark Torres's art is just top notch, fitting that genre 100%. So definitely another good Aftershock book to be on the lookout for. Hey, I did this. I moved it. I used to do it at night at like 9 or 10 o'clock, but then Newbies on and the Team Nerd Herd crew, they go sometimes a little later than they originally used to. So I figured, let me do this at a time where, one, I'm not in everybody else's show's time slot, and 2, I'm not staying up super late. Yep, he does. I was there for that. I know you were asking me that question. I was like, I don't even know either of these. So, but yeah, he answered that. So that was pretty cool. Shadow Service number 9. This is such an underrated series that people aren't talking enough about. Kevin Scott writing this. Corinne Howell on the art. I love the art in this. I love that we've got a supernatural series with an agency called the MI666, and there's so many cool things I think in this world that could be done. Looking forward to seeing where this story goes. We've got a Rebecca Isaacs cover B here with Lady Yastrick. I believe that's who that is on the cover. And then from Valiant, Shadow Man is on to issue number 3. Again, these books coming out mid-June. Order cutoff is tomorrow. Another Colin Bunn book. Like I said, he is just all over the place right now. He's writing like 4 or 5 different stories, and all of them are incredible. This has a cover B by Tyler Kirkham. He doesn't do a whole lot of indie books, except for maybe some like store exclusive variants. So this is pretty cool. And cover C by Erica Henderson, which that's an interesting cover there. Might be a horror movie homage also. And then last but not least, from Vault as well, we have Wasted Space, Michael Morikai on this one. I think this is the beginning of the end. It's only 5 more issues to go. This is the final story arc of Wasted Space. I think this is one that I want to read, but I'm going to get the probably the full collected edition of it when they come out with that. But yeah, that is everything on previews for this week for Final Order Cutoff. Again, that is the date that your local comic shop, online retailer, whoever can put their orders in for these. If you're looking for a new local comic shop that's not so local, hit up Aegis Comics of Alaska. They have the pool box service through previews for everything that's not coming from Lunar, of course. If you find something that you like, you just hit order, or if you want to get it on your pull list, you hit subscribe. Once you have it all set up with them, keeping in mind, of course, that if you are ordering something, you will have to pay for it. So when it comes into the shop, they will send you an invoice and let you know what you owe them for the books that week. It's absolutely, something that you guys should do if you don't like your local comic shop. They're great. They send stuff out super quick. And yeah, so this is pretty easy to use, pretty easy to add things to your orders. I love my local shop, but I also love Aegis Comics of Alaska, and so I will get a couple books from them just to show some support to them. There is a discount code for their website in the description below. Sparks 15, I think, is the code. Oops, just made myself disappear instead of there it is. Sparks 15. So go ahead and hit them up on Instagram, or Lou, if you want to put the email address in the chat, let them know how to reach you there. Either way works, and then they'll just need your email address to set things up. What else do I want to plug here? MFKZ. So Behemoth is not on Final Order Cutoff yet. So Behemoth will be on Final Order Cutoff soon. The current previews catalog will not be the books that will be on Final Order Cutoff, but the following one, they will be on Final Order Cutoff. So Behemoth is coming to Final Order Cutoff. It's going to be showing up in that comics and graphics novel section again. This book, though, MFKZ, is going to be awesome. If you guys have seen the Netflix show, you'll know why this book's going to be awesome. But yeah, I think that, get those store exclusives. There was a store exclusive that I bought that if you were within like the first so many people buying it, you would get the, I believe it was a 1 in 10 ratio variant, which was the Cabbage Patch Kids crossed with Cyberpunk 2077 variant, which is super cool. I honestly just have on my list now with my LCS, just give me everything Behemoth and give me all the covers. So that's kind of a standing thing with them. I do that just because I love everything that they're putting out and I want to collect it all. Aegis hit up Neighbor to the North about what the shipping to Canada costs. I gotta come back on for a night just to hang out with you guys. I've just been like passing out at like an hour into the show though, so I gotta be taking a nap and prepping that day. What's going on? That guy Deezy's in the chat. Awesome. Yeah. So you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah. So I was in that. I ordered from them as soon as they posted it, just so I could get that 1 in 10 from them. I should be getting one from my store as well, because it's a cool cover. But yeah, the last stuff from Behemoth. What they've been doing right now is what's called the initial order cutoff. And so, let me go to news. They had the July solicitations, I believe. So the July solicitations were due on initial order cutoff last Thursday, May 27th. So that had MFKZ 2. I had Spare Parts number 0, You Promised Me Darkness number 4, Freak Snow number 3, Cinnamon number 1, which is going to be such a good story. I'm super excited to hold that one in my hand. I've gotten to read it, and it's just phenomenal. Junkie Cable number 3, And then there's these variants for it. Spare Parts looks like it's going to be super good. Especially this cover from Damian Connolly, the artist and creator of You Promised Me Darkness. Yeah, and then this one homaging I forget what, but a movie. Definitely one not to sleep on. But yeah, so these all have passed the cutoff, the initial order cutoff date, but you can order them from their website still, behemothcomics.us. Go to their shop. You can find, whatever you want from that in here. Another thing to check out, they've got some posters for You Promised Me Darkness and for Cinnamon, which we convinced them to make the Cinnamon poster during the interview with Victoria Douglas. And here it is in person. It's awesome. I need to get a frame. I want to put it in a frame and put it on the wall. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Old Man Naps. Yeah, right. I need to take some of those. Behemoth is definitely, they're taking off, and it's amazing to watch and to get to see that. Don't miss Spare Parts. Yeah, the movie is coming out in July, I believe. It's definitely going to be a campy kind of movie. This is another one. This one just announced in previews recently. 9 Stones, which I believe was a webcomic previously. This looks like a really cool one. Lots of good art here on the covers. And then there's even, I think this might be the first time Behemoth has done a blank variant. So this is something I'm looking forward to getting ordered. Oh. But one other thing I want to shout out, actually 2 more. One is this Indiegogo campaign, Dragon Rage, from David Philpott and Jimmy Reyes. They are the creators of this, and they go by Page One Comics, is kind of their publishing company. They had a first run of this Dragon Rage book. They're doing it for a second chance campaign now. There are 3 days remaining on this. I'll drop the link in the chat here. But if you're looking for a cool fantasy dragon book, this is something that you could get here. It has a David Finch cover on it, so all you David Finch fans, this is a good opportunity to get a unique cover by him. They posted yesterday a David Finch sketch cover for sale. It's sold out pretty quickly. But here's the interior art. It's not just a beautiful cover. The interiors are fantastic. The story is amazing. And I really enjoy this one. So I want to see them be able to continue to make this story and make more of it. There is my review for it. Also, they posted it into their Indiegogo, which is pretty cool. Absolutely love being able to support this Indiegogo. And then one other thing I want to shout out that's ending also relatively soon. Should be this one. Dino Thrashers. To hitting that goal of 3, I've had almost the entire creative. We've got I did not have the writer Mike McCarthy on, but the artist Noah Ray has been on. I did not have the colorist either, Alfred Caballon. But Brett Murphy, the writer of Paranormal Hitman, is one of the publishers of this under Aegis Comics Publishing. And then Matt Kund is the other publisher on this. He's also the editor of Paranormal Hitman. And it's a really cool dinosaur book. It's got a lot of nostalgic feel to it if you like TMNT, if you like Transformers. That's the word I'm looking for. Transformers, and if you like what's the other thing from it's kind of 80s 90s cartoons and like team ups and that kind of thing. This has that vibe going for it, and you can get all the covers for issue number 1 and 2 for $25, which is insanely cheap for a Kickstarter. Usually it's like $20 for one cover. You can get digital versions of them for $5, just showing some support in some way or another. Or if you're feeling fancy, you can get yourself drawn as a dinosaur. So that's kind of cool. You can get original art from Noah Ray, and you could also get a sketch cover. So lots of cool options on here that are relatively cheap to get you hooked on the book. And they're going to keep telling this story. And they've got some more stories in the works from Ageless. So definitely great people. And so I like to shout them out just because they've got some cool projects going on. So my cat sleeps with eyes open. Is this the way? Oh, man. Yeah, the 9 Stones from Behemoth definitely looks like a little anime-ish. Definitely one that I'm really looking forward to. Sometime soon, hopefully, we're going to have Behemoth back on the channel. Sometime maybe in June. We've been talking about it. So we'll maybe hear more about 9 Stones, hear about hopefully some upcoming projects that they've got in the works, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that is it for right now. Nothing planned out yet for the month in terms of interviews. Kind of take a little break here, re-gear, and set some stuff up for later this month. And probably tomorrow I'll post a video about Pensacon from last weekend. I went there with NOLA Comics and also ran into Southern Comic Geek there. So just wanted to show everything that I picked up at the con. So that should be coming out very soon. But in terms of Final Order Cutoff, that is it for today. So I shall leave you guys with you guys' favorite clip that doesn't get to be played too much anymore. So here we go. Woody. FOC. Have a great day, everybody.